Oh shit. Exit out of that. Oh, what the heck? Oh, this is less than ideal. We're getting a little laggy over here on my computer. Close that, please. Come on. What the hell? Oh my god, this is so annoying.
Actually, hold up. Oh,
Well,
wait,
we can't hold up.
Never mind.
Don't say hold up, dude. We are pretty sure we are live.
No, yeah, I got
Yeah,
you.
we are live right now, boys. All right, week 2, MMA Trivia. Welcome back. So the panel we got today, we got 2 returning MMA Trivia boys. We got 1 new one. We have with us here the Ed Gallo. How's it going?
Champ. Feels good to be champ. That's all I got to say. 0.4 points. Number 1.
Okay. And another returning panel member we got with us here, Wesley Riddle. How's it going over there, Wes?
Negative, but we're going to try to work our way back. If you all don't remember, I kind of forgot last week that negative points are a thing. And kind of went guns a-blazing. And we're going to try to make it up. And here in last place.
And finally, our new member, Mitch. I don't really know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm not even going to try. But before
That is okay with me.
Yeah. Maybe try moving your head down a little bit so that you're like, your head is in the middle of the frame and then below.
Oh, shit. I'm going to break my desk.
All right. Yeah, that's perfect, right? I mean, yeah. All right, boys. So without further ado, oh yeah, well, I mean, let's get this stuff posted up on Facebook real quick, and then we'll get this going. I think we're gonna nix this whole boys are back in town action. I think we're good on that. My computer is way too laggy right now.
You're crushing my dreams right now.
So what I'm doing right now before we get into the questions is I am sending you guys the name bank questions. Mm-hmm. So if you look on your Gmail accounts, you should have a name bank sent to you.
Oh God.
Yeah. So the name bank's not going to have any questions in it, so it won't give you any real answers or anything like that. But what you want to do is kind of just familiarize yourself with those names. They will come in handy at some point. All right. I'm
horrified.
You're horrified with the names already?
Yeah.
Does everyone have the name bank up? Yeah, there's a lot of names.
Especially the second one.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
I'm intrigued to see what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh. That doesn't matter, but it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So. Is everyone ready? Well, is Mitch, are you ready up there?
Yes.
You have both the name banks pulled up and a piece of paper?
Hold up, I need to pull the name banks up.
All right. How about you other boys? You guys got you got the name banks and paper in front of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once my phone turns on, we'll get the timer going, and then we can get this started.
All right, I'm good.
You're good?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're just gonna get going right here, boys. We're just gonna go with round 1. Round number 1. Oh yeah. Do we need a rules recap real quick? Does anyone need that? You think, or should we just jump right in?
If you do, you'll all have time to retweet my tweet. I tweeted the stream.
Okay. Yeah.
So if y'all want to do a quick promotion.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. So a quick rules recap. There are 5 rounds to MMA Trivia. 3 regulation rounds, 2 championship rounds. In the regulation rounds, there will be 6 questions. 5 questions will be worth 1 point, and then the 6th question at the end of every regulation round will be a wager-based, point-based question. You can wager between 1 point and 3. You cannot wager 0 points. You can wager more points than you have currently, in your score, and you can go negative. So you must wager points, and it doesn't matter what your score is to wager those points. Now what? So, and in the championship rounds, instead of having 6 questions, there's only 1 question per each championship round. So that means it's the same wager-based system where you have to bet 1 through 3 points in either round. And a key thing about these wager-based questions, if you win, you get the points. Obviously, if you lose, they get subtracted from your score. So keep that in mind. This is going to be very strategy-based here. Okay. My phone is ready. We can get the timer going. Hold on.
Phones away, boys.
Yeah. I can have my phone out, but I'm going to...
Show them, put them away.
Yeah. Oh, that's another good one. So, yeah, before everything, everyone's going to show their phone and then put them away.
I can't even use mine because that's what I'm...
Yep, you're fine. You're
calling
fine.
wise.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine, Mitch. Let's go to Ed. I'm going to retweet that tweet, and then... oh, yep. There you are. Oh, God damn. All right. Sorry. I keep saying all right, like as if we're about to go, but still got a couple more seconds. Pulling up the clock now. Does someone want to post the link to this in our chat?
I did it already.
All right, awesome. That's like majority where our live viewers come from. So
all 5 of them.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
you might as well. Real quickly again, I'm also just gonna take this link and post it to. Oop, yeah, I can hear myself talking. I'm gonna post this to Facebook. Oh shit. Sorry, this is taking a bit longer than I anticipated. Again, real quick. Post. The MMASucka boys are doing some trivia.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually we'll get into the trivia. Dude is here.
If Brian ever gets his act together.
Yeah. Dude, my act is so shitty right now. I blame it all on those Cage Titans awards.
On the alcohol.
Alcohol, Cage Titans awards, it fucked up my whole schedule. I actually don't drink. For anyone else out there who is a massive hoe like me and doesn't drink alcohol, it's okay to admit it. I don't drink alcohol.
I'm hearing that not drinking alcohol makes you a hoe. I'm very interested in that logic. Care to explain?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that it makes you a hoe, but I've gotten.
I have a question.
You are a hoe and you don't drink alcohol.
I've gotten a lot.
Hold on, I have a question.
Let me finish this, Mitch. Jesus Christ! Finish my explanation of
this
why.
is related to the discussion.
All right. Well. All right. Go ahead. Fine. Just go ahead.
So if not drinking makes you a hoe, does that mean I'm a hoe since I can't drink?
No. So not drinking when you are legal to drink makes you a hoe.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Making sure. Just making sure.
The reason why I say that is because I get a lot of shit when I bring that up. I don't know why. Alcohol is very bad for you. It is nearly a poison. So for anyone to make fun of me to not drink poison, it says more about you than it does about me. So, All right, boys. The long wait is finally over. We are finally going to get to the questions. How are we feeling before we get started here? Mitch, start us off. How you feeling right now? This is your first MMA Trivia. It's your first live stream. What are the nerves like?
I'm feeling good, except looking at this name bank number 2 might be a little screwed.
Okay.
I recognize a few names.
That's the point. Wes, how you feeling?
Right.
Feeling all right. I feel a little more confident than I did last week or 2 weeks ago when we did the first one. So kind of have to see how it goes. The second bank is quite a bit, pretty stacked, pretty loaded. We're gonna have to give it our best.
Awesome. And Ed, what are you feeling going into this?
I'm hoping that question is how many of those names did you make up? I'm really hoping for that.
All right. Duly noted. That I'm making a brain note of that. All right.
So that's not it.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So, round number 1, boys. Before every round, I'm going to give you the general topic, the category. Ed and Wes know this. Mitch, just so you know, before every round, I'm going to give you the categories of what we're going to be talking about. So, the categories for round number 1 are, let's see, champions. Yeah, champions. Just champions. Okay. Question number 1. Who is the current one championship bantamweight champion? Begin. All right, time to head over to the comment section. Oh, looks like we got nothing going on here, boys.
No, surprise.
Do we have any viewers?
We have 4. No, we do have 4 viewers. We do have 4
All right,
viewers.
you 4
Well, I
viewers,
am
leave,
viewing
leave,
too.
leave some questions for us.
Yeah, I don't think any of these guys can see the chat, so maybe try to answer the question in the chat. All right, we are done there. So lift your pencils up. All right, let's start with Mitch. What did you write down, Mitch?
This is probably wrong, but do I have to show it?
Yeah, show it too.
Okay. I don't even know if this is his name. Bibiano Fernandez.
All right. Wes, what do you got for us?
I went with the boy. For some reason, I couldn't think of weight classes, but pretty sure it's our boy, Mr. Kevin.
Ed, what do you got for us?
I also went with Kevin Bellignon.
Okay, so question number 1, the answer was in fact Kevin Bellignon. Unfortunately for you, Mitch, Bibiano Fernandez was the last bantamweight champion.
Okay.
So
He
you
was robbed.
That's what I thought.
yeah.
So you're right in
Yeah.
principle.
Yeah, in principle you're right. I mean, you know what, we'll give you 0.5 points for that, Mitch. We'll give you 0.5 points. So you get 0.5 there. As you can tell, we are very liberal with our point giving. Decimals.
Very generous.
Yeah, decimals are definitely a factor. You have to watch out for that. One thing I didn't get to yet was question. So write down who got the questions right. So 0.5 and B, and then Ed and Wes. All right. Moving on. Question number 2. I guess this would be more in the category of former champion. How many losses did Conor McGregor have on his record before joining the UFC? Begin. 7, 8. Okay. Anybody in? Let's see if we got anybody in the live chat. Still got our 4 boys watching. Oh, we got something. Nope. Oh, I guess we didn't.
One of those boys is me.
Oh, you're in there?
Yeah.
I'm also in there.
Oh, okay.
So we have 2 watching.
Oh, okay. 2.
Good thing I'm not watching. I do not have it up at the moment,
It's
so
the
that would
4
be
of us.
kind of a shame. Yeah, all 4 of us are the ones watching. That would be terrible.
I'm actually not watching, so we got 2 unique viewers.
Good. Thank you to the 2 special one of you.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you'll get a
MMA
prize.
Sucka guys.
Yeah. So, question number 2, time is up. Ed, give us your answer.
I said the answer is 2, and I knew one of them. One of them is Joe Duffy, and I don't know the other one.
Okay. Wes, what do you got for us?
I didn't write Joe Duffy, but he did lose to. They were both under a minute. I believe around 30 seconds, both of them.
And Mitch, what do you got?
I also wrote 2, and I knew Joe Duffy as well, and I didn't know the other guy. I knew they were both submissions, too.
Yeah.
We're all fishing for bonus points here.
Okay, well, unfortunately, no bonus points there for anybody.
Good.
But you guys got it all right. He did have 2
All right.
losses. His other loss that none of you guys knew was Artemi Samaji. Who knows who he is? I don't know.
He's the GOAT, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, exactly. Good for him. All right, boys. So let me just write down this, and we'll move on to question number 3. Okay. We're moving out to the world of Asian MMA for this one. Who was the first champion in the history of the Pancrase organization? Begin.
Oh boy.
Well, I can guess.
Can I just forfeit this right off the bat?
No, I mean, all right. So you're not gonna lose points for getting it wrong. You do not lose points in the regulation questions. You only lose points when you wager during the wager questions.
Well, I don't.
You still
You
gotta
cannot get
all
points, and we can get points, and that's like losing points.
Yeah, exactly. You can just put no one down. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. All right. So since you didn't put anyone down, Mitch, I guess you could just show us your blank piece of paper.
There you go.
Amazing.
Amazing stuff.
I'm gonna have to say. Well, if you guys are in the chat, you got the right answer from Tacos. I'm not gonna say it out right now, but Wes, what
He
you got
Googled
first?
it.
Shit. I
Oh,
watched
is it my turn?
something that had that recently.
Sorry, what?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, Wes, you're up.
I had no clue. I just said Shinya Aoki.
Did he fight in Pancrase? Like, at all?
He didn't. I just thought I'd write him down since he was one of my favorites.
He honestly might have, because the time frame works out. You know.
Does it?
I'm gonna take a look while you all.
I think so.
All right. Well, I definitely didn't know, but I said Funaki. That's my best guess.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, all of you guys got that question wrong.
That was the most right.
Not really. First champion for Pancrase was indeed Ken Shamrock. Tacos got
Really?
that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it was the openweight championship. They since retired that title, but he won the openweight championship in 1997. I believe
I was like the first person I ruled out. I'm like, that's not it. He must have got it later.
Ken Shamrock was like the star. It was like Ken Shamrock was the first star of Pancrase, and then the second one was Boss Rudin.
Yeah, first star isn't always your first champion. Jeez, Brian.
Mike is 2 for 2 on streams this week.
And he should get the hell in, coward.
No, 2 for 2 for putting up borderline, like needed to be monitored comments.
Oh, wow, okay. I just saw it.
I'm not looking because I'm not a cheater, like Mitch.
I'm not cheating. I didn't get that answer right.
There could be future answers in that chat. You don't know.
And I just won't look anymore. You know what? I'm just gonna. We're down to 3 viewers now.
Oh no!
Sorry.
In and out.
I just destroyed a quarter of our viewership.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Down 25%. Ed, are you still in it?
In the stream, it's still the window's still open. Yeah.
If you close out, there goes 50% in literally seconds.
Okay, you know what? I'll join back in just to make it.
Oh yeah.
Just to.
Yeah, I have it open. I'm just not looking because
Yeah.
Mike's in there smashing answers.
Mike, you should also smash that like button.
Mike should be in here.
Yeah, he really
It's the thing that should happen.
Mike and Ryan.
Too much of a coward.
Always.
Brian, are you alive?
Nope.
All right. I'm running
We
the
have
show
lost
now.
our host. So now it's
Hold
time
up.
to make
Can
up
you,
questions.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Question 4.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I feel like
Which is the worst division in the UFC? Go.
that one's very easy. The heavyweight division.
I already.
Oh,
Mitch will start
back.
I was gonna say woman's featherweight.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
shout.
that's a
What do you
very
got,
good
Mitch? What do you got,
Yeah.
Mitch?
I agree with Wesley there.
Okay, woman's featherweight.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know. Just not enough.
That's
No one's gonna
a heavyweight is a close second, I think.
Yeah.
Except for like the top like 5. Anything outside of that is not very enjoyable.
If you go by average quality, it's probably women's bantamweight.
Definitely, I agree.
Because
Yeah,
the
I can see
average of
that.
145 is Cyborg and Megan Anderson, which is probably better than the average of women's 135.
Uh-huh.
It is baffling to me they ranked Joanna 6th after she lost to Shevchenko for bantamweight, behind like some of the better. I mean, like behind some of the people she'd likely beat.
Behind Jessica I.
Yeah, that's a little pushing it.
The state of this division.
Oh
Crazy.
Lord, what a shame. Jessica I guess is better of a fighter than Joanna.
think
Brian, I don't hear you.
I can't hear Brian.
You are currently gone. We've lost our host again.
Joe Lozon's a bum. No, he's gone. Brian's no longer with us.
All right, now
All
it's
right,
time
Eddie,
to shout out our
make another
sponsors.
Question number 5. Which is the weakest region in the United States for MMA? There's only one right
Virginia.
answer.
Anything in Virginia?
Oh,
Mitch?
you guys had this conversation a while ago. It's like Pennsylvania, isn't it?
No.
Weren't you guys talking about that? Oh,
How
okay.
dare you?
I'm
You
gonna
and
say
Connor
the
were
East
talking
Atlantic.
about that.
The correct answer was New England, guys. The
Ah.
worst region in the United States for MMA. No good fighters come from New England. That's a
Dude.
fact.
Exact same here in Virginia. We've had 4 fight in the UFC. 3.
That's pretty good. That's good.
I have a top camp that everyone in our chat hates, like 15 miles away from me.
I don't hate Team Alpha Male. That's
Mike
all I'll
does.
say. I don't hate them.
Well,
But I might a
no.
little.
Yeah.
I
What's
used
our
to
next
like them a
question?
lot more. I'll say that.
You got any more questions for us? Yeah,
Oh, of course, they're all opinion based, but I have.
that's all right.
Who is the best Asian grappler in the UFC?
Oh,
Mm.
Is this a trick question?
No, it's an opinion based question.
I'm gonna go with Song Yadong, because he's my boy.
Wow.
I don't
Mitch,
even know. I don't even know.
the answer was Mr. Perfect, Kyung Ho Kong.
Oh, very true. You've
Alright.
talked about that before. I should have known that.
All the questions will now be about my boys. Who was the man who handed the last loss to
Hello.
what's his face? I love my bitches. Team Alpha Male. What's his name?
Hello.
Teruto Ishihara.
Yeah, Teruto
It's Peter
Ishihara.
Can you hear
Yan.
me?
Peter
Can you guys
Yan.
hear me?
Ooh,
Oh,
he beat you to it, Wes.
I should have got it. I was gonna say Peter Yan, but
Wes said it better, so I think
nailed
Wes
it.
gets the
Try to
points.
nail the
All right, that's fair,
pronunciation
that's
a little bit.
His
And it's
pronunciation was superior.
actually Petter. It's actually not Peter because there's no E. Peter. Petter Yan.
This is.
He has a Chinese grandfather. Fun fact.
Yan.
Out loud, I always say
Hello.
Peter Yan.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with calling him Petter. I don't know if that's right.
Petter. Gotta enunciate the T and the R.
More questions
Oh
that are about my
God.
favorite fighters.
This is fucking so annoying.
Who is the actual number 1 pound for pound fighter in the UFC?
Oh man. And this is yours. I don't know if I'm gonna know this. Rumble Johnson.
Can you hear me?
0.5.
Awesome.
0.5 for Rumble, number 1 pound for pound.
I'll
It's
say
because he's in every weight class.
Exactly.
It's been from 170 to super heavyweight.
What a guy.
I don't know. I'll just name one of your favorite fighters, Thiago Alves.
No,
Oh, that's a
Max
good one.
Holloway.
Okay.
Come on. Max Holloway's number 1 pound for pound. And he was before this fight.
Yeah, he's really good.
Man, we really lost Brian.
I agree with that, actually.
This
Yeah.
fucking the stream can hear me.
I didn't think we
swear.
were going legit, like, top pound for pound fighters. Thought we were just pulling from your guys.
Yeah.
Just had to be what I thought. There's no list out there to teach you what I think. You have to guess. You have to predict what I like.
Well, here's a question for you all.
I'm ready.
You all should know this. Well, I don't know. Maybe. What's the first UFC fight I ever watched?
That you ever watched?
Yeah.
Something bad, probably. Let me think.
No, it was actually pretty good. But I don't.
Was
I
it
have
in
little
Virginia?
memory. I'm sorry.
Was it in Virginia?
No,
Hmm.
it was a pay-per-view fight, and it was a main event.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, try to help a little bit.
The hell
What
is
kind of
this?
Hit
hits
it down to 230.
It was about 8 years ago.
That's when I started watching. Was it Edgar Penn 1?
Oh, you are warm. You are like warm, about to break the ice, but unfortunately, that is not
Shit.
it. You were super close, though.
So one of those fighters is part of it, or both.
Yes, one.
I'm gonna go with 2010. Did Edgar fight Maynard in 2010?
No, but that's it. It was the second fight that they had. I think it was 2011.
Oh my god.
They fought to the draw. It was their second fight because their first happened in like 2008ish,
Yeah.
7,
I
and
was trying to-
Maynard won that in a terrible fight.
I just remember we started watching around the same time, so we had
Mhm.
around the same.
I was
Yeah.
trying to use my poster to try
I
and
saw
figure
you.
that one out.
Glance
I
over
got
there.
the poster with all 200 of like the first events.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then of course I have a bunch of my posters that I made.
So cool.
Mitch, your
That's awesome.
first fight was McGregor Diaz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Connor Noob over here. You and Michael are both Connor Noobs.
I hated Connor though. Like even before I started following it, I hated it. I hated him.
You can still be a Connor Noob and watch because you hate him.
All right, whatever. I didn't watch because I hated him. I just watched because my parents just brought me over to a friend's house and it was on.
Because your parents love Nate Diaz, is what I'm hearing.
No,
Are they from Stockton?
my mom hates fighting, and my dad enjoys it.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, welcome back.
Oh,
You
he's
can
back.
hear me now?
We can hear you
Yes.
now.
All right, Jesus Christ. I've been working for like fucking 20 minutes trying to fix this stupid shit. I have no clue what the problem was at all. No clue. Got no clue.
It's okay. Ed
We're-
filled in for you.
Yeah, I could hear you guys the entire time, and like the stream could hear me too. Like it was just some weird thing with Skype. But since that was a massive delay.
Would you like to answer any of those questions?
I don't even remember like the questions that you asked, just because I'm so like I don't know. I can't answer it. The worst region in the United States for fights. I will answer that question. That's Alaska, straight up Alaska, dude.
Cody McKenzie's from Alaska.
Yeah, but so is Jack Wright and all those bums.
Who?
Oh, Jack Wright fights.
You remember Jack Wright on the Contender Series?
I do.
Maybe. I don't know.
He was a guy who was like he like my mom like packed me a lunch and she told me I was gonna be an amazing fighter and she told me to follow my dreams. That was that guy. And he got knocked the fuck
There we
out.
go.
He got knocked the fuck out. Like almost immediately. I think it was like a minute and 30 seconds he got knocked out. I don't want to hate on people who have good relationships with their mom, but like, bro, if you're talking in your promo about your mom and how like if you're talking about your mom and your promo, like other than saying like I want to get her a new house and like provide for her, then maybe you think of something else to do, like seriously, because that's some weird ass shit.
I do have something against people with good relationships with their moms, so.
Why? Do
Screw
you
that
not
guy.
have one?
What?
Do you not have one?
It's really personal, Brian.
I mean, you brought it up.
We're streaming in front of the whole
Yeah,
world.
we'll move past that question.
We'll chat
Ed
about
doesn't
this
need
later.
to reveal his secrets.
No, he doesn't.
I have a mom.
Question: You have a mom? I was like wondering.
So you don't
if
feel
had
bad
a mom
about
or
that.
Not. Yeah.
For the next hour,
Okay.
lingering.
All right, boys. We got to move on. We spent too much time trying to figure out my technical issues. Moving on, it's actually a good question to jump right back in because you guys were talking about him a little bit in there. I think Ed brought up his name. Oh no, and you were close, but no. All right. So question number 4 in round number 1. Max Holloway has 3 losses on his MMA record. Name the fighters who have defeated him. And here's a hint. All the losses came inside the UFC. Jeez, I'm real sorry, boys, about that technical difficulties. I'm sure the chat, if there are any people left, are probably very upset with me.
We lost them all with my biased trivia.
All right, 1 second left. All right, boys, pens up. Mitch, stop writing. All right. So we'll start with Mitch. What do you got for us?
I only got 2. I got Connor and Dustin.
Alrighty. Wes, what do you got?
I also said Connor Poirier, and then I think the third was by split decision, and it was to Dennis Bermudez.
Oh,
Ed,
I was
what do
going to
you
write
got?
that.
What do you got, boy, Ed?
Same.
All right. So
Can you
Mitch.
see that?
Yeah, I can see.
Sorry, Mitch.
Yeah. So Mitch, you get point.
You can see.
You get point.
See that little line at the end.
get-
I
no,
was
no,
about
no.
to start writing
Yeah.
Dennis
All right,
Bermudez,
that's fine.
and then I got cut off.
I can't see the line, but that's fine. You get
All right,
0.6
whatever.
You get 0.67 points for that question right there.
0.67. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
2/3 of a point.
Yep.
Got it.
2/3.
He rounded up too.
Yeah, I mean you got to round up. Wes. Alrighty. Moving on, we're gonna plow through a little bit here, boys. This one's probably gonna throw you guys off a little bit. I don't know if you pay attention at all to my writing, guys, but this is a little bit of a little promotion for my own shit here. Just thought I'd throw it in. Nate Landwehr is the only American champion currently in the M1 Global Organization. Who is the last American champion for M1 Global? This is multiple choice, so don't get too upset with me. It's multiple choice. All right. So A is Kenny Garner, B is Jose Figueiredo, C is Chris Kalides, and D is Lee Morrison. And your time begins now. If you need me to repeat the answers, go ahead, but it's going to bleed into your time. And just for your information, I did not make up any of those names. Those are all real people.
I
So you
believe
say.
I've heard them all.
Okay, good. I figured you guys should have at least known 3 of them. All right, time's up. Ed, what did you write down for us?
I'll explain my thought process. So I actually knew that Kenny Garner and Jose Figueiredo were champions in M1, but that was a while ago, so I figured they probably weren't the last ones. And I know Chris Kalides, or however it's pronounced, did fight in M1 in some capacity. I assume he won the belt, so I want to see Chris.
Okay. Wes, what did you write down for us?
I wasn't 100% sure, but I went with option D and said Lee Morrison.
Okay.
That's the one you made up, right?
No. I did not make up any of these names. Mitch, what did you write down for us?
I said A. I have no clue who any of those people are.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. So, Mitch, despite not knowing who any of these people are, is the only person to get this question right.
Hilarious.
Oh, yes.
It is Kenny Garner. Chris Kalides has I think he has 3 fights in M1. None of them have been title fights. I think all 3 of them were on the main card. But Lee Morrison got KO'd by Aaron Pico in Bellator. He also fought for M1 Global. But again, I think he was a prelim fighter and had a mixed record. I think he was 1-2 with M1 Global. No title fights for him. All right, so with that question, that brings us to the bonus question for round number 1. So quickly, I'm going to update everyone's score before we go into this bonus question. And I'm also going to put the bonus question up on the on the stream so that we can all see what the question is. If you guys are watching, you'll probably see the question before you should. So if you're watching right now, do not look at the screen. Oh, well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Let's see if this works out the way I want it to. Not exactly, but looks a little shitty. There we go. Perfect. All right. So scores, boys. Wes, you have answered 1, 2, 3 questions correctly, so you have 3 points going into the bonus question. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And okay. Now, Mitch, you answered the first question. You got 0.5 points for the first question. You got the second question right. You got 0.67 for the fourth. So you have answered the most questions correctly, Mitch, but due to your lack of full points, I don't know where you're going to stand. So that's 1.17. 1.17. So you got 3.17, Mitch. That is your score.
All right.
Going into the bonus question. And Ed, let's see how Ed did. Ed, you answered 1, 2, 3 questions correctly, so you are tied with Wes at 3 points. And Mitch has a very slight lead with 0.17 ahead of both you, Ed, and Wes. Alrighty. So
how does Mitch have more than 3 points?
So
because I'm just way better.
Okay, so Mitch got all the questions that you guys got right.
He didn't get Kevin Bellingham.
No. He got 0.5 for Bibian Fernandez. So let me walk you through this. So
That's not fair.
Question 1, everyone
Recount.
got it right. Everyone got it right. Mitch got 0.5 points for that one. Question 2, everyone got it right. Everyone got full points. Question 3, no one got it right. Question 4, Mitch got 0.67 because he got 2 out of 3 of the answers correctly. Wes and Ed, both you guys got it right, so you get the full points. Question 5, Mitch was the only one to answer it correctly. So with that equals 3.7 for Mitch, 3 for Wes, and 3 for Ed.
Mitch, if you win trivia and fantasy football, you're fired.
Yeah, that might be.
Ooh.
That's a little.
I might have to stop answering so good then.
Yeah, dude. All right.
Damn.
Let's see. Now we are on the bonus question.
Wait. Hang on. At least I'm not Michael, who's winning the staff picks.
True. If
I won all
triple
3,
threat,
then I would. If I won all 3, then I'd voluntarily step down. I think.
You'd have to retire on top.
All right. So for this question, the first question, we are going to be looking at name bank number 2, I believe.
The one
Yes,
with the made-up people.
we are looking at name bank number
Yes.
2. All right. So the question for the first bonus question for round 1, I messed that up twice, is name 2 fighters from the Pancrase organization to have vacated titles to sign with other organizations. I'm going to give you guys a minute on this one.
Name 2.
Yep, name 2, and you guys have a list provided with you, so all you got to do is pick 2 names on that list and go. In the future, what I'll do is I'll provide a list on the stream so that everyone can look at it. I don't know how we'll do that because this list is like, 15 people at least?
It's a bunch.
And from what organization did you say?
This is Pancrase. These guys are all Pancrase. So Mike and Tacos in the chat said, "You guys are so dumb. You broke Brian's IP." I mean, I can't deny that. All right. You guys got 20 seconds left. If you don't have 2 names written down, I suggest doing so now. I should have got a snack. This always happens. Like, we do this. I just got back from jiu-jitsu, so I'm like, I have my proteins and everything, but man, I could have used a snack. All right, boys. I'll give Wes a couple more seconds. Alrighty. Mitch, let's begin with you. Who did you choose? Give me your first name, and I'll tell you if you're correct, and then give me your second name, and I'll tell you if you're correct.
Are we doing wagers?
So,
excuse me. Yep, I forgot to say this. We're doing wagers. So before you answer your question, if you didn't write down a wager, write down a wager 1 through 3. So you can wager 1 to 3 points. I'm guessing Wes and Ed already have this down. Wait for Mitch to do it. And once you have your wager down, give me your wager as first, and then give me your first name, and I'll tell you when to give me your second name.
So I put 1 down because it was not. I put 1 as my wager. Then I don't really feel good about this question. And my first name, I did Ken Shamrock.
Okay, now give me your second name.
Okay, so the second one I did Frank Shamrock because I wasn't sure.
Alrighty. Now, Wes, give me your wager and give me your first name, and then I'll let you know when to give me the second one.
Okay. I wagered 1 point. I wasn't 100% sure. First, I said Takanori Sato in welterweight. And then the second I said was Nate Marquardt in middleweight.
Okay. Now, Ed, do the same thing as Wes, I guess. Give me your wager, and then give me your first name, and then your second name.
I wagered 2 points, despite not being confident.
Okay.
And funny enough, my first name was Nate Marquardt.
Okay, so you just went backwards.
And my second name was Takanori Sato.
Okay. All right, boys. So.
Ride or die.
So.
Dude, I swear we're brothers.
We are brothers.
Blood brothers. All right. So, well, the brothers got that question correct. So, Takanori Sato and Nate Marquardt both did vacate their titles to go fight for the UFC. Unfortunately, Ken Shamrock and Frank Shamrock, I don't think even had a title in Pancrase. I could be wrong.
Let's scrub.
I don't think he was in Pancrase. All right, so new update. Mitch, you get a -1 for that, and then there's a +1 for Wes, +2 for Ed. Let me quickly update these scores for you boys. Ed, you are now in the lead with 5 points.
As it should be.
And Wes, you are moved into second place with 4 points. And Mitch, you have subtracted a point, so now you are at 2.17. 2.17. All right. Oh, well, what I can do here is just do that. Alrighty. So now we're moving on to round number 2. Okay? Everyone ready? round number 2, the categories for round number 2 are Dana White's boiling hatred and records. Okay, is everyone ready?
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm ready.
Set the timer real quick, and I will ask the first question. Excuse me. Name a person whose name Okay, I worded this horribly. If you have questions, just ask them after I ask the question. Name a person whose name Dana White refuses to pronounce correctly. Go. But do you have questions about the question?
No.
Okay, go. This one's like, don't think too hard, is what I'll say.
I'm thinking too hard.
You're thinking too hard? Come on, boy. Yeah, whatever. All right. 2 seconds. Everyone got their answers? All right, Ed, we're going to start with you. What did you write down as a person who Dana White refuses to pronounce their name correctly?
I hope I didn't dream this. So I went with Tyron Woodley and Tyrone as the pronunciation.
Okay. Wes, what do you got for us?
I swear we're brothers. I put the E on there because I'm pretty sure he pronounces it regularly as Tyrone.
Wes, I love you.
Nyquil Woodley. I love you too.
And Mitch, what did you write down?
Y'all aren't ready for this.
Joanna.
Another blank page.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Joanna was
I
my
thought
second
too hard.
thought because he never says her last name, or he says Joanna.
Joanna, yeah.
Well,
Joanna, yeah.
So a key part of this question here was refuses to pronounce correctly. So unfortunately, due to that, Wes and Ed, you guys are both wrong. No one got this question right, which I'm pretty surprised. The answer is Bjorn Rebeny. He calls him Bjork. Anytime someone says Bjorn, he will literally correct them and
Did
call
you
them
say
Bjork.
fighter?
No, I said person.
Really?
I said name person whose name Dana White refuses to pronounce correctly.
Brian, you're fired for that
Yeah,
question.
because I heard person because I was thinking Helwani.
You're fired, Ed. Boom.
I was thinking
are
Ariel.
You can't fire me. I quit.
He says Ariel's name fine. It's
Yeah, I know. I realize that.
Yeah, if you listen to any interview where they bring up Bjorn, he calls him Bjork. All right, so no one got that one right.
But my bond with Wes grew stronger, and isn't that more important?
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely think it is.
I'm on the board.
So, question number 2, round 2. What was the longest fight in UFC history in terms of regulation time? So regulation time, I'll give you a hint. That would mean that this is before they instituted a time limit to fights. And begin. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Since this is a very intense, hard question, it's also a multiple choice. So.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the options right now.
I thought I had it.
Yeah, well, you might be able to tell right now.
Yeah.
So,
I know of one, but it wasn't UFC.
well, then it's not going to be right because it's a UFC.
Yes,
So,
I know that.
A is Ken Shamrock versus Dan Severn 2. B is Dan Severn versus Royce Gracie. I almost said Royce. C is Royce Gracie versus Ken Shamrock. D is Ken Shamrock versus Yoshihiko Takahashi. E.
Who you made up?
No, that's actually a legit boy. He fought Takahashi fought Boss Rutan, I'm pretty sure, in his debut for the UFC. And number E, letter E, option E, is Dan Severn versus Oleg Toktarov. And begin.
Oh.
It's tough. It's definitely
That
tough.
doesn't narrow it down at all for me. Those were all things I was considering.
Yeah, that's why I did it. Obviously. Obviously. Oh, all right. Oh, you're calling the host a dick, dude? I think I still hold.
Yeah.
I think I still hold the opportunity. I think I still hold the power to remove points. So, I don't know, man. You better hold your tongue.
Remove points from your face, Brian. These hands.
Okay. Do you? Everyone's ready. Everyone's got their answers.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to start with Wes because we haven't started with Wes yet. What do you got for us, Wes?
You said E, and I started thinking maybe it was that, but I did not put it. I put C, Shamrock versus Gracie. I believe it went about 45, 55 minutes.
Was that the one that you thought before I gave you the multiple choice? Because you said you thought you might have had it before I gave the multiple choice.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Mitch, what do you got for us?
I also said C.
Cool. Ed, what do you got?
I went with Hoist and Ken as well, but I feel like it was Ken and Dan Severn, but whatever.
So, Ken and Dan Severn 2 went 30 minutes. The correct answer was, in fact, C, Hoist Gracie versus Ken Shamrock. That fight lasted 36 minutes, and they just stopped the fight because they just stopped it. It
sucked.
Yeah, nothing was happening. They stopped it, and it was ruled a draw because they didn't have any judges. After that fight was when they first started bringing in judges to the UFC. Good. So you guys all got that right. So we'll just do check. Alrighty, we're on question number 3 for round 2, boys. This one I don't know why I threw it in there. I accidentally didn't add this as a category, but it might throw you off a little bit. How many seasons of the U.S. version of The Ultimate Fighter are there? A little bit wordy, but how many seasons of the U.S. version of The Ultimate Fighter are there? Begin. See what's going on in the live chat over here, boys. What's up, Mike Angelo? I don't think you're a sucker boy, so you must be just tuning in as a real viewer. Oh, we got a fan.
That's my best friend.
You better not leave.
Damn it, Mitch. Why'd you have to go and ruin that? We had to go ruin that
sorry.
moment.
Oh,
I had a legit fan. Jesus Christ. Alrighty, boys. I'm going to start with Wes again. What did you write down for us?
So I know that this season was tough 28, but I said 27 because I thought they counted Tough Nations as a regular season. And therefore, since it was in Canada and Australia, I excluded it from this list.
Oh. Mitch, what do you got?
I said 28.
Okay. Ed, what do you got?
I thought it was a trick question, but I couldn't figure out what the trick was, so I also went with 28.
Yeah, so this is definitely, now that Wes brought up what he did, I am very, I don't even know if the answer to this is correct. I wrote down the answer is 28. I wrote down 28. He does bring up a good point. I do think Tough Nations counts because it was broadcast in the United States, right?
So wouldn't that be 29 then?
No, because they just
Did they count that
one.
as a numbered season?
Yeah, I think they just skipped it. They skipped the number and then kept going.
Did they?
Because because I looked at the list and it was numbered down to 28. So
I call bogus on that.
what is it? What's the actual?
I think
answer?
you're right. Maybe they didn't count that season of Tough.
So it is 28.
Yeah, I'll take the loss on that one since I kind of.
Okay.
I
just
didn't even
took
know
a
enough to
guess.
question
Okay.
it, so.
So that okay. Okay.
It was 28.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'll take nothing on that.
All
I'll
right.
give him a half point.
Yeah, no, I'll give you the half point, Wes, for that. Just because
It actually was counted as an international season. It wasn't counted as a Tough season.
Since you threw me off and really confused me, I'm gonna give you a half point.
I appreciate it.
Half point.
I do not.
Well, I mean, hey, like I said, I'm very subjective on how I give points. So don't be criticizing the host.
I'll take a half.
Yeah. Don't be criticizing the host.
Still sitting in last.
I
Probably.
don't know.
Maybe. I don't even
know, dude. I don't know. I'll have to check
We'll
the
find
scores
out.
after this.
Doesn't matter right now.
No, it does not. All right, so hold up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I skipped a question by accident. All right, we're just gonna go to that question. So, question number 4 for round number 2. Jim Miller holds the UFC record for most bouts in promotion history. How many does he have? Begin.
Shit.
Not a multiple choice.
Shit.
I gotta stop sitting like I always sit in like very odd, awkward positions. Like I'm always sitting on a leg. And I feel like it definitely comes off very odd. All right. Mitch, what do you got?
This might be because I still have this number stuck in my head from the last question, but I said 28 again.
Okay. Ed, what do you got?
Said 26. I don't know.
All right. Wes, what'd you put down for us?
We're brothers. Further commitment. 26 was
Got my head.
my answer. Yeah, I can even
That's so crazy.
show it there. Yeah.
You guys gotta stop getting You guys
We're
are either
like-
cheating or
That's
like
a-
some
that's a lot.
telepathic thing is going on. So the answer is actually 30. The answer
Wow.
is 30. Michael Bisping has.
I crossed it out.
Oh
30.
no! That's rough, dude. That's rough. So I don't think none of you guys got that right. If I'm-
It was Wes's telekinesis making me change my answer.
God damn it, Wes.
Your powers.
So
It's always me.
yeah, I think Bisping's at like 28 or 29. But yeah,
Mitch
Jim
was just
Miller
thinking
30.
about Bisping. He had Bisping on the brain.
Yeah.
He knew that number.
Yeah. Okay. So the final
Because
question.
Bisping's a boy.
Yeah, Bisping is a boy. Usually there's gonna be like one. Bisping's usually gonna be included or like around the questions in one form or the other. Speaking of Bisping, he's gonna come up right here. Who has the record, the UFC record for most time spent in the cage? I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna tell you that. This is a multiple choice question. So the answers are: A is Frankie Edgar, B is Michael Bisping, C is BJ Penn, and D is George St. Pierre. Begin. Okay. I was about to just blatantly give you an answer, not like the actual answer, but I was gonna make that question very, very easy. I heard some scribbling, so I think someone's changed their mind.
That was me.
All right, boys. Since I heard that scribbling on Mitch, we're gonna go with you first. What'd you write down?
I originally wrote down GSP because I was thinking Edgar got his. I was thinking he got it broken recently, but then, like, he had more fights after GSP recently fought, so I went back to Edgar.
Okay. Wes, what'd you got?
I also went with Frankie Edgar. Choice A.
Awesome. Ed, and what do you got for us?
I also had Frankie.
Okay.
So were you going to say it wasn't Bisping? Is that what you're going to
I
say?
was legitimately going to be like, yeah, well, it's not Bisping. And I was like, wait, why? Why the hell would I do that? So the answer was Frankie Edgar. You guys all got it right.
All right.
I'm pretty sure the difference between like cage time between him and another thing is all those guys I listed are in the top 5 of cage time in the UFC. I'm pretty sure Frankie Edgar has like a ridiculous amount of time more. So this
Who was the fourth option again?
And fourth option.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
No. The fourth
Or
option
was it
was
just 3?
GSP. The fourth option was GSP. So it was Frankie.
Oh no! So who was the
Bisping,
third?
BJ Penn. GSP.
BJ Penn. That's right. Okay.
All right. So this next question is going to be an audio question. So I'm going to play this audio clip. I'm going to ask the question first, and then I'm going to play the audio clip. Let me set the question up on our little stream first so the boys can see what you guys are answering. But give me 1 second once I do that. We will be good to go. I'll play this clip for you, and we can move on. Apologies for the laggy computer. I could just have done this earlier. Probably would have been a better option. But, oh yeah, I'll also update the scores, too, while we are doing this question.
This is the bonus question?
Yep. So this question is the bonus question. We have gone through all 5 questions in round number 2. So now we have moved on to the bonus question. So what I'm gonna have you guys gonna need to do when I play this audio clip is, if you guys are to hear the actual thing. Oh yeah, no. Well, I know what to do. So I'm gonna on the stream. I'm gonna mute you guys, so you're not gonna be able to talk, but you will be able to hear what's gonna be played, I guess, right? No. All right, never mind. You guys will be not muted, so try not to talk when I play this clip, but I'm gonna mute myself so that it's not like overlagging. But let me ask the question first, and then I'm gonna play the clip. So the question is, who was on the opposite end of this Dana White tirade? All right, I'm going to play the audio clip in a couple seconds now.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not giving me an has been here for 16 years. No, but because what I won't do is give you an inaccurate number. Right, but you so said you said Lorenzo put a number. So what number did?
Nope. You're gonna have to reenact it for us. Sort of.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. Okay, so now you guys have a minute. Oops. You guys have a minute to determine who was on the opposite end of that Dana White tirade. Yeah. A little bit of technical difficulties, but I think that worked out pretty decently.
We are wagering too, right?
Excuse me?
Are we wagering?
Yep, you're wagering.
All right.
That's not the timer. You guys still got 30 seconds. Still got it. All right. So once you're done, Mitch, we're going to go. You done, Mitch?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna start with you. What did you write down?
So I wagered 1 point, and I'm pretty sure I recall this. I don't know the dude's name,
That's
but
that's the
I
question.
want to say, yeah, I know. I want to say it was from like some New Zealand news outlet or something like that. So I wrote New Zealand dude.
Alrighty. Wes, what did you write down? And what did you wager? And then what was your answer?
I wagered 1 point. I vividly remember watching this also numerous times,
Yeah.
but I could not remember his name. And I'm fairly certain it was TSN guy.
Okay. Ed, what did you write down? What did you wager and what did you write down as your answer?
I wagered 1 point because I don't remember this at all.
Really?
But I thought it kind of sounded like John Morgan, so I went with John Morgan.
John Morgan. All right. So the answer to this question was Michael Landsberg, who is the head anchor for the TSN Sports Centre show. Yeah, no, you get a half point for that, Wes. The Sports Centre show on TSN Network in Canada.
Just making people up.
Yeah. So Michael Landsberg is notorious for
Michael Landsberg.
Yeah, Michael Landsberg is notorious for bringing UFC people on, MMA fighters on, and just not doing any research at all and trying to rile them up, I guess I'll say. He had some very funny interviews with Chael Sonnen. I suggest you guys watch that.
Yeah, the Chael ones were, I think they made up, but it took a while.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, no.
At first, it was like absolutely terrible. And then they finally made up on like one episode. And then they finally started having somewhat reasonable conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think I was thinking of a different time.
Yep.
He didn't sound like he was from New Zealand, so.
No, I think the one I was thinking of was, I'm pretty sure there was a guy, a news outlet in New Zealand that brought up the whole UFC 229 post-fight thing.
Oh, you're right. It did.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember that.
But I do remember that one now.
All right. So now we're doing a score update. Wes, you have got you've added 3 points in round 2. You answered 2 questions correctly. You got 0.5 points on the 9th question, which would be the 3rd question in the second round. And you also got 0.5 points on you got 0.5 points on the bonus question. So that puts you at a total of 7 points. Mitch, you answered, let's see, 1, 2, 3. You answered 3 questions correctly, so that would have brought you up to 5.17, but you got the bonus question wrong, so that brings you down a point. You are at 4.17. All right, now moving on to Ed. We got same thing here. You got 3 questions right, but you didn't get the bonus question right. So instead of +3, you get +2. You are now at 7 points, tied in the lead with Wes, going into the 3rd and final round of regulation.
I'll break you in the championship rounds, Wes.
Take him into the deep waters. Take him into the deep waters. All right. Okay. So round number 3, boys. The categories for round number 3 are pay-per-view numbers, broadcasts, and veteran fighters. Okay? So the first question for round number 3 is, what is the highest grossing UFC pay-per-view which does not feature a fighter with the names Conor McGregor or Ronda Rousey? Begin. This question's for Pat. Pat and I had a civil debate in the group chat about pay-per-view numbers and what is a good pay-per-view number for the current state of the UFC. There's going to be a bunch of pay-per-view numbers in this round here. This one's for you, boy. All right, 2 seconds left. And time. All right, finish writing down what you got. Wes, finish up, write it down. I'll give you some extra time just to write down. If you boys haven't written anything down. Ed, we'll start with you because it seems like you have the answer written down already. What did you write down?
I have an answer written down. So, so behind Connor and Ronda, the next name from you is Brock. I totally guessed which Brock fight that would be. I went with UFC 116. I believe that was a Carwin fight.
It was.
I might have made up that number, but
Yep. I'm not telling you what the answer was, but I believe that was Lesnar versus Carwin. Mitch, what did you give us for an answer?
I had the same mindset as Ed, except I went with UFC 100.
That's smart.
It is smart.
That was smarter than mine.
Yeah, Wes, what did you write down for us?
Yeah, smarter than mine. I was not sure on this one. So I said Silva Weidman 2. I thought I brought a lot, but probably not as much as 100.
So Silva Weidman 2 got a surprisingly big number. I think it was 800,000 pay-per-view buys.
800,000, yep. That's the exact number I had in my head.
Yeah. So the actual answer, unfortunately, was not Silva Weidman 2, nor was it 116. The answer actually was UFC 100. Mitch got it right.
You mother.
Yeah. It was the right thought process because it was a Brock Lesnar card.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't go back that far.
And it had Hendo
GSP.
Bisping and
Yeah.
Alves.
John Jones fought Gustav on the card.
Yep. And it also had the massive pay-per-view draw, John Fitch, of course.
Yes. And Thiago Alves, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fighting GSP.
Yep.
I knew Thiago Alves was on the card. I didn't know that was GSP. But now that you bring it up, I do remember that.
Okay. So, moving on. Question number 2, round 3. How many times did the UFC appear on Fuel TV? Begin.
Oh, God.
I can tell you the last card, but I don't know if I can tell you.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how that factors for you in. If you put that as in your answer, we'll see.
Brian, you're killing me.
I don't know. I was a big fan of Fuel TV, so outside.
WC was on there for a while.
Yeah. Outside the UFC property. I was a big fan of Fuel TV. Obviously for
You like
WC.
motocross?
No, well, I mean, we did watch motocross in my house, but I was a big WC guy because those were the smaller guys.
Yeah.
I also like the Fight for the Troops.
Those were always fun. Those were on Fuel TV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I didn't press the timer, but I'm just gonna guess that was 30 seconds. Wes, what did you write down for us?
I believe it was 14, and I thought the last one was Brian Stan versus Vanderlei Silva. But if UFC Fight for the Troops was on, then the last fight was Kennedy versus Michael Bisping.
Okay.
Or something like
Rafael
that.
Natal, maybe?
Rafael Natal versus Luke Rockhold. That was it. Or
Bisping?
Yeah.
I mean Kennedy.
Tim Kennedy versus Rafael Natal. That was the last fight for the Troop. Yep. Because Rustam Khabilov fought in a fight in the night with Jorge Masvidal on that card, and Liz Carmouche won because she was in the co-main event. I can tell you exactly. I'm fairly certain with that.
Gotcha.
They used to have those. They had at least one in Virginia, right?
Yep. No, they did. I think they had it in Norfolk.
Mm-hmm. Yep, in Norfolk. That's where the fight card happened with Poirier.
Yep.
And Pettis last year.
So, this is annoying. I'm trying to figure out what the last one was. All right. So, Ed, what'd you give us for an answer?
I definitely underestimated how many there were. I said 8.
Okay. Mitch, what'd you give us?
I also said 8.
Get out of my head. Just stealing my answers.
There were actually 9 shows
Oh my God.
on UFC on Fuel TV. I would have given you points, Wes, if you had gotten the last show correctly. But it was actually the main event was actually Gegard Mousasi versus Ilia Latifi. That was the last Fuel TV card. Yep.
That was in April of 2013.
Boom. Yep. You got it right there. The
Dude, I'm so smart.
The co-main was
What the hell, man?
Ryan Couture versus Ross Pearson.
Wes, how do you not dominate trivia with these?
Yeah,
these
seriously,
weird
how did you
I can
enter
literally tell you the
negative?
month and the year that a fight card happened, but I can't get the answer right. I don't know.
How did you
Forget it.
play? How did you play the first one and then enter in below a new guy this week?
He wagered too many points at the end.
Yeah,
because
no.
I was not aware that there were negative points, so I just was like, well, 0 points is better than
Yeah.
negative.
Yeah, so full disclosure, I did not have a rules meeting in week 1, and we basically didn't go over the rules. We basically kind of went, and I brought up the rules as we were going. You know, that's how we did that. So totally understandable why Wes thought that way. I don't blame him at all. Okay, so question number 3 for round number 3. Going back to the pay-per-views, which pay-per-view did better in terms of estimated buys? Chuck versus Tito 3 or UFC 224 with the main event of Nunes versus Pennington? Begin.
This seems easy, but I bet it's not.
It's an either or, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like these.
What does estimated mean?
What? Who's estimated?
What does that mean?
So that means I researched this topic and looked on multiple different sites and found the estimated buys and averaged them out. And
What was the first one?
So the first one was Chuck versus Tito 3, and the second one was UFC 224 Nunes versus Pennington.
And Chuck versus Tito 3 is the one that just happened, right? That wasn't a 4.
No, that wasn't a 4. That was a 3.
Oh, I'm dumb.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a couple extra seconds. Yeah, but
I don't know.
When it comes to any answer for these pay-per-view buys, they're all estimated. There's no official numbers on pay-per-view buys for any UFC pay-per-view event. There's no official numbers. Okay, so since I gave you guys a couple extra seconds, let's start with Ed. What did you give us as an answer?
I know 224 was really low, but I just can't imagine it did less than Chuck Tito 3, so I went with 224.
So you thought 224 did better?
Yeah.
Okay. Mitch, what did you write down?
At first I wrote down Chuck and Tito because I just completely slipped my mind that was recent. I thought that was one of their earlier fights. So, but then I switched it to UFC 224.
Okay. Wes, what did you put down?
I feel like UFC 224 is the answer, so because of that, I thought it was a trick question, and I put Chuck versus Tito 3, but I really don't know.
Rough. So the answer actually was 224. This is
Thank God.
pretty surprising. So the estimated buys on Chuck versus Tito 3 were like 45,000. No joke. 45,000.
That's terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, right? How bad is that?
Well, I mean, it's terrible that fight even happened in the first place.
Yeah. That card was awful too. That was a garbage card from top to bottom. There was a few good fights there.
Interest.
Yeah, there's a few good fights there, but like really nothing to get you to pay any money.
Our live
Props to
show was
Mike.
the best part. That was free.
Props to Mike for sitting through that whole thing and doing the results.
Seriously. The best part for me was when Tito starches Chuck and then gets on the mic like almost crying, begging Chuck to keep fighting. Like, yeah, that's a great idea. You just knocked out a dude with your
What an
shitty ass
idiot.
boxing, and now you're gonna ask him to continue fighting. Yeah, great idea, dude. Great idea. Okay. Question number 4, category number 3. How many times in the history of the Invicta promotion have they scheduled an event that competes for viewership directly with the UFC? This is a multiple choice question, so the answers are A is 1, B is 3, C is 0, and D is 2. Begin. I'm gonna check out what we got for this live stream action. I mean, this live chat action. Oh, we have the same amount. Oh. Who? Yeah. I guess Jeremy's comment. Jeremy's watching right now. Yeah. 4.17. Yeah. Just so I can fill you in if you're a little bit late to the party, Jeremy. Decimals are a factor. I am a very lenient host, and I give out points as I feel that they are needed. All right, so the time is up. We're gonna go with Wes for this first answer. What did you put down for us, Wes?
I wasn't too sure. I know that Invicta got with Fight Pass kind of in the middle, so I went with B and said, which I believe was 3.
Okay. Ed, what did you write down?
I went 0. This is my gut reaction.
Alrighty, Mitch, what did you put down?
I said B.
2? Okay, so the answer, you guys are all wrong. The answer is actually 1. The only time in history they've ever done it is this upcoming weekend, I believe. They are directly competing with UFC Milwaukee. For whatever reason, I don't know why, because they're going to be on Fight Pass.
Taking over.
Yeah, the Invicta takeover. All right.
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're lined up correctly. The fourth question for
Fifth
round
question?
fourth. Hold up.
I have 4 questions written down, sir.
No, this is 5 because the
This
first
is number
one was.
Okay.
The first one was the UFC 100 one.
All right.
Then
Right.
Fuel
Oh, no,
TV,
hold
then
on.
Chuck Tito,
No,
then
yeah,
this
this
one.
is 5. This is 5.
Get your shit together, Brian.
Come on.
Wow, where's my math off then?
Your math of counting to 5?
No, I have you guys labeled as your scores. I don't know. I don't know what I did here, boys, but oh no, I'm an idiot. I know why. I forgot that there's a bonus question at the end of this round, so there's like an extra space for answers, and that's why. So no one got that last question right. Yeah, no one got that last question right. All right, cool. So we're in the right area. Okay. Question number 5, the final regulation question in round number 3 is name the fighter among the group listed not to be credited with 100+ MMA fights. Okay, the list of fighters, I'm going to name them for you because there's only 5, so I'm going to name them right now. You can ask me at any point to repeat these. The names are Dan Severn, Jeremy Horn, Travis Fulton, Igor Vochanchin, and Rico Rodriguez. Begin.
What was the actual question one more time?
Name the fighter among the group listed not to be credited with 100+ wins. So of that list of people, who does not have 100
wins or 100 fights?
100 fights. 100 fights.
Okay.
So all right, I'm going to restart the timer. But of that list I just named, who is the one person who has not fought 100 times in MMA? Begin. I'll read the names again. Dan Severn, Jeremy Horn, Travis Fulton, Igor Vochanchin, and Rico Rodriguez. Tough. Yeah, tough. Some of these people, when I looked up this question, I was very surprised. There's only 5 of them, so it's like... Oh, all right. Okay, so time is up. Mitch, what did you write down?
I only wrote the only name I knew, which was Severn.
Okay. Wes, what did you write down for us?
I wasn't 100% sure, so I said Igor.
Okay. Ed, what did you write down for us?
I was torn between Ice Cold Igor Valchanchin and Enrico Rodriguez, but I feel like I know Igor's record a little better. So I went with Igor.
Okay, so the actual answer to this question, none of you guys got right.
It was Rico.
Yep, it was Rico. Rico has like 80 or 75 fights. Everyone else is 100+. Jeremy Horn was... yeah, he does. I think he's around 103. Jeremy Horn was really surprising to me. I would have never expected Jeremy Horn to have 100+ fights. All right. Let's do a scores update. None of you guys got that right. Okay. So no one got the last 2 questions. No one got it right.
I got 1 point this round. Feeling good.
Okay. Well, since you
Got the
Mitch got
lead.
1, I believe.
I got
Hold up. I'm the one.
I got 2.
Hey. Chill out, boys. I'm telling us what the scores are. So don't tell me your scores.
We're
right?
helping.
No. Okay. So Ed.
Oh yeah, you got 2, Mitch.
Ed, you are right.
Your math seemed to be off that last question, so we decided to help.
You have 1 point, Ed, so you moved up and now have 8 points. Mitch, you were correct, and you did get 2 points, so you are now at 6.17 points.
Ooh,
Wes, you
creeping.
did not get any points correct in that round, any questions correct in that round, so you
And
do
I'm
not
still
move.
last.
Yeah, Mitch is still last. Wes is in second place with 7 points, and Ed, you are in first place with 8 points. A narrow lead. We're coming down to it, boys, and you guys are very, very close. I think it was similar in the first episode that everyone was very close. I'm going to put the bonus question for this round up on the stream real quick, and then we can get right into it. I just wish my thing would move a little faster. All right. So this one, again, is going to be a multiple choice. But I'm going to explain to you now. It's a multiple choice where you can answer the question with multiple. So it's not just one answer, right? So there's going to be multiple choices, but the answer is not one. You're not limited to one answer on the multiple choice. Does that make sense? Cool. Alrighty. So, the bonus question for round number 3, and to end off the regulation rounds, is, of the options provided, list which pay-per-view events got more estimated buys than Bellator NYC. Okay? The options you can ask me again at any time, because obviously it might be a little hard. The first option A, is Bellator 120. The main event was Rampage versus King Mo.
Got more buys.
Yes. So the question is, of the list of the ones provided, which got more buys than Bellator NYC?
So they're all pay-per-views you're listing.
Yeah, all these are pay-per-views. So A was Bellator 120, Rampage versus King Mo. B is UFC 1. C is UFC 208 with the main event of Holm versus Durandamy. D is UFC 7. E is Affliction 2. And F is UFC 191 Johnson versus Dodson 2. Begin. If you need me to repeat any of those options, just let me know.
What was the last number?
So the last one was UFC 191 with the main event of Demetrius Johnson defending his title against John Dodson for the second time. It was the second time that they fought. It was not the second time that DJ defended his title. This one's, it's going to really you're really going to have to figure out how well you rate the current model of Bellator MMA. We're really going to have some insight towards how you boys think about Bellator. Alrighty. I'm going to give you guys 5 more seconds. And then we will go with the answers. Is everyone ready? You ready, Wes?
Yep.
All right. So let's begin with Ed. What did you give us for an answer?
Well, the answer to how I rate Bellator's model is, in terms of pay-per-views, is poorly. So I didn't think it was so bad that they would be worse than original 10 UFC events or their own first. I think that was their first shot of the pay-per-view was Rampage. I don't know. But so I said more than Bellator NYC was UFC 208, UFC 191, and I feel weird about this one. I went with Affliction 2. I have no idea, but it's a risky one.
Oh, okay. No, I understand what I did. So can you give me your your wager and your answers again? I was a little bit.
Oh yeah, my wager. I wager 1.
Okay.
Wager 1, and I said more than Bellator NYC was UFC 208, Affliction 2, and UFC 191.
Alrighty. Wes, what did you wager, and what were your answers?
I wagered 1 point, and I said 3 answers.
Okay.
I said UFC, Affliction, and 191.
Oh,
As in
Jesus.
exactly what I had said. 208, Affliction,
Jesus.
and 191. We are
Jeez.
brothers.
Okay.
Good Lord.
Mitch, what did you write? What did you wager, and what were your answers?
I wagered 1, and then my answers were the first Bellator one that you said,
Okay.
and then Affliction 2.
All right. So the answer to this question was actually so the ones that did better than Bellator NYC were A, Bellator 120.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, that's a shock.
Mm-hmm. Right. C, a UFC 208, Holm versus Durandamy. Excuse me. Sorry. Don't know where that came from. D, UFC 7, which was a battle in Buffalo or brawl in Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah, I did. And
Terrible.
okay. Let's see. And F, UFC 191. The two shows
So Affliction 2 did really bad then.
yeah, so the two shows that did not do better than Bellator NYC were Affliction 2 and UFC 1. UFC 1 makes sense because no one knew about it when it was happening. There was really no hype around it. So let's see what we can do for you guys. So you said there were actually 4 correct answers. Didn't get Ed. You didn't. Affliction 2 is not one of the ones. So you get. Let's see. You will get point. Fuck. How will I do this? So if there was 4 answers, that'll be 0.25 per right answer. So you're gonna get 0.25 points, Ed, because you got 2 of them correct, but you also put on Affliction 2, so I'm subtracting 0.25. All right. So you get
Damn.
0.25. Wes, you wrote down. You did the same thing, so you get the same amount of points. So you get 0.25. And Mitch, you wrote down 120 and Affliction 2, so you get 0 points since you got 1 right and the other one was wrong. They're gonna cancel each other out.
But you didn't lose any points.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
pretty key.
that's true.
You might be the first person to get 0 points on a bonus question. Feel proud.
Still in last.
All right, so Wes, you now have 7.25 points. Mitch stays the same with 6.17, and Ed has 8.25 points, still in the lead. We're still in the same kind of area. You guys have inched a little bit farther away from Mitch, but he's still right in that nice area, I guess I'll say. So
It's
now,
round 4, Mitch. This is the round.
yeah. So now
Man is
that
tired.
yeah, now that we are in the championship rounds, there's only 2 questions left. Okay, so
Is there like an elimination system, or do we just keep answering?
what do you mean?
Like, if like the top 2 out of this round advance, and then like the last person, the last place.
Cumulative.
Okay.
So we're gonna.
Okay.
So like I was saying before, this is going to be like a 2018 is going to be a sort of trial run. So the official rankings and scoring will be on 2019's MMA Trivia, but we're just kind of feeling it out, and I guess it'll be for bragging rights who wins it. But from week to week, we're gonna keep the scores going. So I updated you guys in the beginning of this week with the scores. I don't have them in front of me, so I don't know exactly. Oh, they're right here. So Ed had 0.4 points, Wes had -2.8, and Matt Bricker had -1 points. Okay, so now that we've moved on to the first championship round, the first question of the championship round. This is another question where I'm going to give you an audio clip, and you guys are going to tell me Who said this audio clip? Give me 2 seconds. I'll set this up. Nice, good. And I'm just going to mute my mic so we're not doing a little playback thing. And, yeah, I'm not going to post.
Is that
Yeah.
all it was?
Feel free to play it one more time.
Yeah.
Just for laughs. Well, it's okay. I gotcha. I wrote it. What was the answer? I wrote. No. I already got it.
I'd like to hear it again. Yeah.
No, it's okay. York.
Is that fair? I personally think he's a bit.
Yeah.
Is this a wager question?
Called him personally a bitch. Okay.
Well,
Begin.
I'm going bold or going home, so.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm gonna give you guys. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just gonna feel dumb if I'm wrong because I think I know, but
These are definitely hard questions. Like I gave you like he says in like 3 seconds. I don't know, for some reason I thought that this was gonna be like him talking for longer. I don't know why, but yeah, 3 seconds of the guy's voice. It's gonna be a little bit hard, you know. How about I'll give you this, and as another hint, if you guys are a little bit stumped. He in this video, he is wearing a Jeet Kune Do shirt, if that helps. And
That doesn't help at all.
It makes it so much harder.
Off-brand headphones. Off-brand headphones. I'll give you guys 10 more seconds.
That makes it so much harder. I was confident before you said that.
either I'm super smart, or I wagered 3 points for nothing. But it's okay.
Okay.
I'll
find
do
out.
whatever.
But all right, so I'm gonna give you guys another hint, and the option.
No, it's okay. You don't need to.
No, but this is not even that great of a hint because like
Oh.
if you guess this, then like it's not Dana White. All right, it's definitely not Dana White. So if you write down
Oh,
Dana
not at
White,
all.
change your answer because it's definitely not him. Now it'd be very embarrassing if you thought it was.
Mitch, change your answer.
All right.
let me
I don't
scratch
have
that
an
out real quick.
answer.
Jeez. All right, so Mitch, since you didn't have an answer, I guess we'll skip over you. No, wait. What did you wager? I'm guessing you wagered 1
I
point.
wagered 1, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write that down.
You want to take a guess?
All right, and I'm gonna save
No,
you for.
I'm good.
Okay, yeah. No guess at all.
No.
It's not like it counts against you. I mean, the 1 point does count against you, but come on, throw a name out there.
Rampage.
Close.
All right.
Ed.
Racist.
What'd you got?
See, that's why I didn't want to make a guess.
I said it was Will Brooks for 1 point.
And Wes, what did you give us?
Well, I wagered 3 points. I had to, for the fun of it. I swear it was King Mo.
Oh,
it sounded like him.
it was King Mo.
Shit.
And King Mo only wears off-brand headphones.
He was
only
wearing the
uses-
headphones before his fight with Rampage.
Yep. Exactly. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
this was
that's
a
a good
Rampage.
one.
It was the first fight, I believe.
Yeah. So that's why I said it was close, not because I'm a racist.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ed, since you said Will Brooks, and that was
Wow.
incorrect, you now have 7.25 points, and you've moved back into second place for the first time.
ever.
The first time ever. And the first time ever, Wes, no, I don't think it's the first time ever, but the first time in the championship rounds, Wes moves into a dominant first place with 10.25 points. Dominant.
I can't get negative, so that
Yeah.
just makes me feel 20 times better.
All right, Mitch, since you got that one wrong and didn't answer. Well, you did answer Rampage, but you got -1. You are at 5.17. You're still in this. You're still in this. All right. So, moving on to the final question. I think that you guys are not going to be very happy with me about this last question, but what are you going to do? You can't live life according to other people's opinions and stuff. So
Does it involve the word bank?
no,
It has
no, the word bank. The word bank, the second word bank, the one with the longer question, the longer names. I just totally forgot that I did not actually include that in the questions, so that is useless. It was a decoy. I was trying to shake you, boys. I was trying to shake you.
My answer was going to be Chris Avila.
Ooh, I mean, I think
Quite
you.
possibly the
I think you would have
greatest. Go ahead.
You would have been right. The question was, it was similar to the one last week where it was how many fighters competing on UFC and Bellator cards have fought for both organizations. So you would have had that one right. All right. So let's get this last question going, boys. Like I said, it's gonna be very hard. I didn't give you the categories for the last round because I forgot. So the final category for the final round is the head kick heard round the world. Okay. I don't know if we all know what we're talking about here, but you probably will in a couple seconds. So, give me an approximate and I will determine what approximate is, what the correct approximate is. But give me an approximate time. At what approximate time did Holly Holm KO Ronda Rousey in the UFC? At UFC 189, I think. And begin. I mean, I had to give you guys a really hard question for the last one. I don't know. We'll see how hard it actually was, but I feel like I needed to give you something hard for the end. Oopsie. Okay. About 10 more seconds. Are we boys all ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Is everyone ready and somewhat satisfied with their proposed answer?
Kind of.
Kind of. Ed?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's start with you, Ed. What did you wager and what was your answer?
I wagered 2 points, and I said it happened at 3 minutes and 29 seconds of the first round, and I did 29 seconds just in case we're doing Price is Right rules, and it makes me closer.
Oops.
than someone else.
2 points. You said what? 329.
Yeah.
At round 2.
1.
Round 1. All right.
Wait, I'm confused. What was the question?
The question was, at what approximate time did Holly Holm KO Ronda Rousey?
About 1
okay.
a.m. Eastern.
Oh,
It could
you actually meant what time? Like,
it could be anything.
as in not in the fight?
No, it could have been anything. It could have. I will tell you at the end. I'll tell you at the end. Don't worry about it.
No, you'll see what I mean if I'm confused.
All
So.
right. Well, we'll go with you, Wes. What was your answer?
I thought you meant the time in the fight. Like,
Yeah,
actually.
that's
around.
fine. It can be anything.
Oh. I said I wagered 1 point. I said it was at 43 seconds of the second round.
I can't remember if that fight went past the first round or not. I don't know why I can't remember it.
It went around 2, and it was in the 40th second, I believe.
I won't give you a concrete answer, but Mitch, what did you write down? What did you wager, and then what was your answer?
I wagered 1, and I said 2 minutes into round 2.
Why don't I remember that it went to the second round?
It 100% went to the second round. It was definitely the second round. Yeah. So
I changed my mind to 1 a.m. Eastern.
wait. Do you actually want to do that?
No.
All right. Well, that was actually a massive mistake that you didn't change your answer while I was going to let you, because the answer to this question could have either been the time in the round and the round number, or the total time that they spent inside the cage, or it could have been the approximate time of day that Holly Holm did KO Ronda Rousey. So if you had said 1 a.m., you would have gotten points there, because it was actually 12:50 a.m. that Holly Holm KO'd Ronda Rousey on the East Coast. Okay.
But Wes is probably more right, and he's ahead anyway. So
he was. Wes was the only one. So what I'm gonna do here is Wes gets his. You bet down 1 point, correct, Wes?
Yeah, just 1.
So you get your point. The actual exact time was 59 seconds into round number 2.
Oh.
43 is like almost spot on. So you get the points there.
Oh wait, it was 40.
No, it was 59 seconds. You said 43.
Okay.
You're basically spot on is what I was saying. It's a hard thing to just randomly guess the time, and 16 seconds is pretty good. So with Mitch, since you were not as close as Wes, I'm going to not subtract 1 point. I'm going to subtract 0 points from your score, since you were in the right kind of range. You said 2 minutes. It was 59 seconds. You know what? Actually, I'm going to give Wes an extra point for coming within 16 seconds. Mitch, you're going to get your 1 point, because 59 seconds, 2 minutes, that's very close. Ed?
It's within the same half of the round.
Exactly. Ed, you lose both your points because you were off by a round, and even if you had gotten the second round, you really wouldn't have been close, and I wouldn't have given you points. So, unfortunately, that's how it plays out. Quickly, we're going to do a nice scores update. So I'm just going to put the scores up, and then I'll tell you exactly where everyone stands after this. Oh, shit. Give me a quick second, boys. Quick second. Update Wes's. All right. So, pretty stark difference to last week's trivia, where pretty much everyone was hovering around 0 points. We scored a lot of points this week. It seems like we had a little more successful of a week. So, in the lead for this week, and the winner of week 2 trivia, boosting his points up to positive points, is Wesley Riddle. He has 12.25 points, and the winner of week number 2. Congratulations, Wes. Mitch.
Sorry, Ed.
Yeah.
I took your belt for the week.
So, unfortunately, for Ed, Mitch, with that last question, bumps over Ed into second place with 6.17 points, and is now commanding 6.17 points on the cumulative score. Ed, with your incorrect answer in the final 2 championship rounds, you lost your somewhat decent lead, and now we're in last place with 5.25 points. It's not all bad because you got 5.25 points cumulative score for the rest of the year, but that's how it pans out. How are we feeling about this win, Wes?
I'm feeling good. I feel bad for Ed just because we seemed to be spot on for the majority of the game, but it looked like I don't know, we lost our connection there kind of at the end. I was hoping it would be a close tie, but surprise, Mitch, you pulled off strong at the end. Nice comeback.
I'm surprised about that too.
It was a nice comeback after the first week where I absolutely embarrassed myself for the nation to see and went negative points. And that never happens. That's like when you get on Jeopardy and you score negative points, they just kick you off the show because you were that bad. Yeah. So I'm surprised that didn't happen this week. So it feels good to come back with a vengeance.
Yeah. With the thing with Jeopardy, I've always wondered, like, obviously they have to pay everyone who goes on the show, but do they take the money that you lost, like your negative score, out of your paycheck for going on the show?
I saw one Jeopardy episode where like 2 people were negative at the very end of the game. So then the girl that was ahead was like the only person to move on to the last question, and she answered it all by herself. And I think she got it wrong.
Oh,
walked away with like $1,000.
No, what? That's
yeah,
so crazy.
And she was the returning champion.
Oh,
because
wow.
the other two were eliminated.
Damn,
it was pretty funny.
That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, boys. So quickly, I'm going to give everyone an updated cumulative score, and then we'll get out of here because we're running. Let's see how long we're running. I'm going to check the live stream comments real quick before I do that, see if we have anybody bringing up anything noteworthy to say. But while my computer decides to be a slow hoe, I will read out the scores. So with Ed's 5.25 score from today, he moves to score. All right, hold on. Let me do the math in my head real quick. Darn it. This is why I should have never done decimals. Because now I have to do math with freaking decimals. It's going to take me a little bit of extra time. This is very annoying. I don't know why I did that. Okay. So. Yep. All right. Alrighty. So the new updated scoreboard for the 2018 MMA Trivia is as follows. In last place with 1 appearance on the show is Matt Bricker. He has -1 points. Can't be too mad at him because he was on that first episode where it was very, very odd circumstances going around that. So, can't be too mad at him there. In third place with 1 appearance as well and doing pretty good in his first appearance is Mitch. Again, I didn't mentally remember how to pronounce your last name, so I'm just not going to do it.
I don't think I even told you how to do it.
Yeah, okay. You can tell me some other time, but
all right.
so I can get it later on in MMA Trivia. But you are in third place with 5.65 points. That's going to be pretty hard for people with 1 appearance to beat. Ed has moved. Oh, excuse me. That was totally wrong. Ed is actually in third place. Ed has 5.65 points. He is in third place with 2 appearances. Second place is Mitch with 1 appearance at 6.15 points. And, of course, in first place is Wesley Riddle with the 9.55 points, which is the 12.25 and the -2.8 combined. All right, boys. Do you have any final thoughts you would like to give or any shout-outs you would like to... Shout-outs, plugs, I guess, would be the word for that. I'll start with you, Ed, I guess. Oh, Mitch, go ahead. Yeah, Mitch, go ahead.
Okay. I don't have any shout-outs or plugs, but I would like to see Mike get on here at some point. Just going to let him know that.
Definitely. Me too. I second that. Wes, what do you got? Let's go with Ed. Since Wes is the winner, he'll go last. He'll have the longest time to talk. Ed, what do you got for us?
You shouldn't interview a fighter after they've been knocked out, but that's okay. Shout out to Mitch's last name, which I think is Banuelos.
There you go.
Oh,
Like Antonio
Banuelos.
Good job.
Banuelos.
Good job.
Okay, Banuelos.
A pit fighter, training partner of Chuck Liddell under John Hackleman. Shout out to John Hackleman.
Is that all you got for
Yeah,
plugs
just
and shout outs?
shout out to the pit in Hawaii.
Okay. Wes, the winner of week 2 and the winner of the Human Score. What do you got for us? Shout outs, plugs, any final thoughts?
Not a whole lot, man. Just follow us all on Twitter. You can find all of our handles probably somewhere.
It's not in the stream.
Yeah, just not in the stream. Just check on Twitter for our names.
Yeah.
Go back to the beginning and listen to our names, and you can.
We should have our handles underneath our names on the screen.
I'll do that next week. I'll change that. It's a little too late for that now, but I'll change that next week. Continue.
All 5 people can follow us.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess probably like 3 because actually
because
maybe like
me and
1,
Ed are watching.
Yeah, and then the others are probably sucking guys. So the one of you watching can definitely follow all of us on Twitter.
Mitch's friend Mike can follow me.
Yeah.
And find all of our writing, of course, on MMASucka.com. And I'm gonna enjoy being champ for a week before Ed probably gets a miraculous comeback.
Coming for your ass, Wes.
Pull a Chris Lieben and
Your whole ass.
in a couple weeks.
The whole thing. Both hands.
I love it. All right. Well, I guess that's it from us. Brian, do you have anything to shout out? Our special host, we cannot hear you at the moment.
It was a good time to cut out.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Well, sit here for 10 minutes to
Can you hear me at all?
Fix it and then say goodbye.
Can you hear me? No?
Brian, give us a wave if you just want us to leave.
Yeah, we're gonna leave. We're going. We're going.
Everybody have a
See you, Brian.
Peace out, boys.
Happy Hanukkah.
Merry Hanukkah to everybody.
Yeah. Live life.